Welcome to the audio theme overview video for Huesos. Huesos, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, is Spanish for bones, and as its name suggests, it's a straightforward content-focused theme built to provide the foundation for your online presence. The theme was built specifically for bands and musicians, however, it could essentially be used for any type of WordPress website. I do want to make a note that this theme is for self-hosted WordPress sites and will not work on WordPress.com. So the purpose of the overview video is to give you an overview of the Huesos theme, some of its features, functionality, and support for the audio theme plugin, as well as other plugins like easy digital downloads. Alright, so to get started, we're currently viewing the home page. On every page you'll see a site-wide player, and this player can be enabled or disabled, and we'll go over more of that a little bit later. You'll see a site title, site description, primary navigation, social links, and footer credits. This content is shown on every page if enabled. We have a plugin at audiotheme.com that will allow you to customize the footer credits section, so just contact us at audiotheme.com support and we will get you that plugin. On the home page you'll notice the center column content. These are widgetized. This is widgetized content. So this right here is an audio theme record widget. This is an upcoming gigs widget and a recent post widget. We'll go over more of those a little bit later as well. On most pages you'll see a content sidebar, and I say most because the content sidebar will display on all pages except for the no sidebar page template, and that page template will keep the content width the same, so the content width will be this wide, but the sidebar will not display. We also have a full width page template which expands the content width into the sidebar area, and the sidebar is not displayed. So the full width template will display the content this wide. Alright. I think the best thing to do now would be to hop into the customizer. Now I'm just going to go over each of these customizer sections and explain a little bit which each one of them does, and maybe do some examples of how they affect the site on the right. So the site title, this can be changed to your name and description. You can also upload your own logo. For the theme demo on Audio Theme, we've provided a few logo options that you can try out, but when you do have your site set up, you can upload your own logo. So I might change the site title to Luke, that's my name, and you can also change the tagline to functionally sound themes. Okay. And so that updates over here. I'm going to change this back to the name of the theme and change the description back. There's also an option to hide the title and tagline if you'd like to do that. Here's an example of some logos and how they might look. You can have a logo and the title text. Okay, I'm going to remove the logo, restore it back to its original state. Huesos does come with some custom colors built into it, and we've done quite a bit of work to try to make this process as seamless as possible. And by that I mean there's an option to change the background color, and when doing that sometimes the background color might be too dark and the text unreadable. So what we've done is automatically change the site text depending on the background color. So as an example, a live example, we'll change the background color to this dark color, and you'll notice the text went from dark to light. Alright, so now we have light text. If we were to change this to a lighter color, now the text went from light to dark. So the theme automatically detects what color to render the text depending on the background color for the most optimum contrast. I'm going to change this back to the default white. Another custom color setting we have is the accent color. The accent color is used in a few places, one of which is the main navigation. So you'll see that right now we have it set to this teal, but you could add your own color. So let's go with this orange. Okay, so now it's orange. We're going to go back to the teal that we had. And now we'll go to the background images. Again, the theme demo right now is showing a few demo images that you can use to preview. When you get your own site set up, you can upload any image you want, and it will appear similar to how these will look. So here's an example of some demo images, and I think these are also available through audiotheme.com's public customizer. All right, and when you set a background image, the theme will automatically convert the text to white, and that's because the images are typically dark, and we also overlay a dark black transparent overlay over the image. So you'll notice this image is kind of light, but it's a little bit dark over here, and then we do that so the text is readable. Okay. So I'm going to remove the image for now. So Huesos has two navigation areas. They're both right here in the main sidebar area. So this is the primary navigation, and this is the social links navigation. I'm not going to cover how to set up these custom menus, but you can access them through the WordPress admin by going to Appearance, Menus. And you'll see here we've created a custom menu named Main Menu. We've added some links, and we've assigned it to the primary menu location and saved it here. So you can see that the main menu is assigned to the primary menu location. And we can hide that menu by removing it. And this Create Menu button only displays if you're logged in and you have access to create a menu. Your users will not see this. We'll set this back to main menu. The menus also support some drop downs, so this is what the drop downs will look like. Okay. And here's the social links. And social links are really easy to add. You add custom menu links, and the theme will automatically detect that social network and provide the correct icon. So for example, when you add a link to twitter.com, the theme is automatically going to put the Twitter logo here. I will switch this to all the social links that are supported by Huesos, and there's quite a few. A lot of these are audio specific, like SoundCloud and Spotify and a few other ones, so we do have those. If you have suggestions of ones audio related icons that we can add, we're always looking for recommendations for those. We've developed our own icon set, so we have a little bit more control over this type of functionality. So that's navigations, and both of those, if you didn't want the social links, you can either not create the menu or not assign it to the social links menu area. Okay, we'll put the social links back. And like I said before, the footer credits, we have a plugin that you can get from audiotheme.com support, and that will allow you to change the footer credits. The widget areas, Huesos has two widget areas. Both are seen on the home page. So we have the main sidebar widget area, and that is right here. And we have the home widget area, which is right here. And the home widget area appears in the main content area of the home page when you're using a static front page. And I'll go over that in just a second in terms of what a static front page is. So as you see on the home page, we have a record widget, which is seen right here. We have an upcoming gigs widget, which is seen right here, and it's set to 4, and we're showing 4. Let's preview the record widget. All right, so we've created a title for the record widget, new album from, and that's all right here. We've selected the record, so these are records that we've added to the Audio Theme plugin. You can give it a description. You can add a more link. You can also arrange these, so if we wanted the gigs above the record, it's as easy as that. We'll put the record back up here. Okay. And the last one is recent posts widget. You also notice in the main sidebar we have a recent post widget as well, and it looks slightly different in terms of display. You can see how it's got the title slash and the date, and over here we have the title and the date beneath it. So that's the homepage widget area. Displays widgets in some cases differently. So in the main sidebar we have a video widget, and this is an audio theme widget. We've titled it new video. We've selected a video that we have set up in the audio theme plugin, and we'll go over those in a little bit. And we've added a short description you can add a link to. There is a record widget which will display on all pages but the home page, and that's because it's displaying the same record that is shown here. So we've used Jetpack's widget visibility to hide this widget if the page is the front page. Okay, so we're not going to go over too much of that, but it is possible to hide widgets on certain pages, and this allows you to customize the sidebars a little bit and control some of the content that shows there on various pages. And we have the recent post, which you can see here, and a simple text widget, which you can see right here. Okay, so that is the widget areas in Huesos. Huesos also has support for our free plugin called Q, and Q is a plugin that makes it extremely easy to create custom playlists and display them on your website. And we've added integration for Q by allowing you to create a custom playlist and assign it to the main player and to the site-wide player, and that would be this area right up here. So what we've done is we've created a playlist in Q, and we called it main player, and then we assigned it right here. So we can choose not to use a Q player. We've created another one. It's called Southern Gospel Revival. We can use that player or that playlist, but we're going to use the main player playlist. Okay. If you do not have Q plugin installed or have not set a player, Huesos will default to your latest record, and it will use that in the site-wide player. Now, if you don't have any records and no Q playlists set up, the site-wide player will not display. There's also a theme option to disable the site-wide player. So you might have Q set up, or you might have some records set up in the audio theme plugin, but you don't want to use the site-wide player, or you have no need for it. You can hide that player here. And going back to the static front page thing, the theme demo showcases the homepage using a static front page, and basically we just created a regular WordPress page, named it home, and assigned it to the front page area. And then we created a page called news and assigned it to the post page area. And basically the post page will display all your WordPress posts. So we have new tour dates, welcome to our redesigned website. And if we go to the admin, go to posts, you'll see the same thing reflected here. Okay, new tour dates, here's the welcome to a redesigned website. This post is in draft status. Here's our pages. So we created, here's our news page we created, here's our home page that we created. Okay, so we have the home set to the front page, news set to the post page, and that is how the theme demo is set up. Now once you do that, the homepage widget area will display. So these widgets will display on the home page, and to do that you need to have the static front page option selected and your front page set to any page. It doesn't have to be called home, it could be whatever. I think we could even change it to bio. Okay, so below bio, this is the bio content. Below there you'll see the homepage widgets. So we just created an empty regular page, named it home, and assigned that as the front page. So that covers the customizer options that are available in Huesos. Now I'm going to cover a few, we're going to leave this. I'm going to cover a few theme specific settings that aren't in the customizer. So if we go to the dashboard, and we're going to use the discography. So right now you can see we have 3 records set up, and this is the audio theme plugin. Go add new, set up a record. We'll go to this record here. We gave it a title. It doesn't have any content. You could give a description if you wanted. We've set up some tracks, gave it some audio files, put a release year, an artist, a genre, it's an album, and added some purchase links. Okay, we've done that for each of these records right here, and those are reflected on the website right here. Okay, and this. Now, one cool thing about Huesos is the site-wide player. Whenever you click on the play icon for a record or a track, it's automatically going to be loaded into this site-wide player, okay, and it's going to populate the track list. So right now the first track is Keeper of the Winds. If we wanted to preview this record's tracks, we can click play and it starts playing. I'm going to pause it real quick while I talk. Now you see that it loaded its tracks, and the first track is The Burial of the Dead. Alright, one cool thing is when we want to view the individual track, we can click on the record artwork. This plays a preview into the site-wide player. So let's play the audio. And when we click through to this individual record page, you'll notice that the site-wide player kept playing and picked up where it left off. So that's one cool feature of the site-wide player, is that it is continuous as you navigate through the site. I'm going to turn this off. And you'll see here is the individual record page. So if we go to Wasteland Record, and that's right here. If we go to Wasteland, you can see the tracks here, and all those tracks will automatically be pulled into a playlist here. And you can click on any of these tracks, and it's going to start playing that track. And it keeps the record tracks loaded into the playlist. The playlist, we've done a lot of work and thought about this a lot, trying to make this experience as seamless as possible and make it a good experience when navigating the site. We do have plans to add a reset button in the playlist to reset to your default playlist. If you had a queue playlist set up, we have plans to restore that default playlist. But for now, anytime you click play on a track, it's going to load that entire record's tracks into the playlist and start playing that track. Okay, as an example, we can also go to, if you click on the title, once you highlight over the track title, this will take you to the single track page. And these are good pages. We could add lyrics here, and we can play this track. And what it does is it loads the track into the site-wide player. It keeps that track's parent record, all the tracks still in the playlist, so it just updates it. It's kind of hard to explain, but play around with the theme demo and you'll get the point. Another cool thing about this is a record widget, and if we click the play icon here, it's going to load this record's tracks into the playlist area. And that's from a widget. So everything is loaded dynamically, which is pretty cool. We can also click on the record artwork and view that record individually. Okay. I'm going to pause this. Now that we're on the single record page, I want to go to the records archive. Audio Theme does archives a little bit differently. Videos, Discography, and Gigs have their own archive pages which can be accessed through the menu area in the admin. So here's Gigs archive. We're going to go to the Discography archive, and then you have a video archive. So right now we're going to do the records archive, and there's a few settings for these archives that are specific to Huesos, and the gigs, records, and videos all have these two settings right here. In one setting it says disable the sidebar on this archive. So if we view the record archive, okay, the title is records, we have 3 records showing, all the records that we've set up, and you'll see that there's no sidebar, right? There's no content sidebar. And here we have the title records. We didn't add any content. You could add content here and it'll show below the title. But we have disabled the sidebar in this archive. So if we uncheck that and update it, we'll refresh the archive page. You'll see that the content sidebar is displaying and the records adjust accordingly so that they fit. Okay, so we're going to change that back. The other option says disable the sidebar for posts in this archive. So basically, let's refresh this. Each one of these are record posts. So if we want to disable the sidebar on these single pages, so this is a single record page, you'll see that the sidebar is showing. If we want to disable the sidebar there, we can check this. Okay? And refresh. Now you'll notice the sidebar is gone. You'll also notice that the layout of the record information is adjusted. So the record artwork goes over to the right, the record meta falls below that, and the record purchase links also go over here, leaving the title, the artist, and the track list in the main content area. So it's a different view that you have the option to display your records. All right, so let's change this back. Basically, we're enabling the sidebar on single record pages. Refresh. So now you'll see that the record artwork goes back into the main column and everything looks title. Here's your record meta, purchase links, and track list. Okay, similar things go for the video archive. You can enable the sidebar on this video archive, which puts the sidebar to the right here, and the videos adjust down. And single video pages, right now the sidebar is hidden, so the video takes up the full width of the page. If we were to enable the sidebar on single video pages, the video would shrink down to the main content size and a sidebar would show. So I think that makes sense. A cool feature of videos that is built into Huesos is the video previews. And so clicking on the thumbnail of each one of these videos will take you to the single video page, right? If we go back to videos and we click on the play icon instead, it's going to load that video and start playing it automatically without leaving the page. We can do that for each one of these videos down here. So let's say we wanted to listen to this one. Clicking on the play icon removes the video, updates it with this video, and starts playing it. So that's a pretty cool feature. Alright, so click play and the video starts playing. Alright, one other feature. Let's reload this page. One other feature is you can do a featured video. And what that means is on the video archive page, we can feature a video large at the top of the content. To do that, we go to Videos, Archive. You'll see that we have the same options here as we did in the records, but with the video archive, we have an option to select a featured video. And so I think I want to feature the White Buffalo video. Now this is useful if you just created a video for a single track or something that you want to promote, or a video for a record or whatever. You can feature this video on the record archive page. And so we'll do that. So I featured the White Buffalo video, and we're going to refresh the page. So now you can see that the White Buffalo video is featured large and prominent at the top of the page. When doing so, you can still click on any one of these and do the live video preview. Okay, so that feature still works even when set in the featured video. Alright, cool. We'll reset this back for the theme demo. The record, gigs, and videos, the archive pages all have an option to set post per page. And what that does, let's see, what's a good, we can do that with, we'll do that with videos, okay? Sorry for bouncing back and forth here. So you'll see that there's 6 videos set up in the audio theme. So here's all 6 videos right here, right? So if we go to the archive for the videos, we can say we want the archive page to display only 3 videos per page. We're going to update that, go back to the theme demo, and you'll now see that only 3 videos are showing. Okay, we can update this. If we remove it, it's just going to use the default post per page that you have set up in WordPress. Refresh, and all 6 videos are back. So that's that feature. Now, last but not least, we're going to go to the news page, which displays all your blog posts, just regular posts. But Huesos has has 2 supported post formats, one for links and one for quotes. And this post right here is an example of a link post format. And this example right here is an example of a quote post format. And links might be a great way to link to another website or page within your site. And when it's set to a link post format, it's going to grab the first link in your content and link the title to it. So instead of going to the individual post page, this is actually going to go to audiotheme.com because it's grabbing this link right here and using that for the title. On the quote post format, basically the title, the title and author are hidden, and the date is displayed below. So it kind of changes the way that the post content is displayed. It also makes the block quote large, and it does a little bit more styling to the block quote site. All right, so if we take a look at these, I'm just going to click through to them because it makes it easy to edit post. So you can see here, there's our title. Here's our content. This link right here is going to be used for the title link on the front end. And over here, we've assigned it to a link post format. And just doing that alone, the theme changes the display and functionality of this post. Okay, and this post is added. You can go to post, add new, title, content. You can set it to be a link post format, and it's going to grab the link out of here. So let's go to the quote post format example. So here's the title, which doesn't display on the front end. Here's the content. You can also use the visual editor. Okay. I like using the, I don't want that in there. I'm going to update this. You can also use the text editor, which I like to use, and then set the format to quote. And that alone, the theme will change the display of this post. Update this. All right, cool. So viewing the single page, that's the single view of this. And if we go to the post page, archive page, you can see it right here. All right, one other thing. So this is a standard post. This is a standard post. It shows the title and the author, the date, the content. Here's the quote post format. This is also a standard post, but this post has a featured image set. So if I'm going to click through to this, I'm going to edit this post. And you'll see it's got its title, the content, and that big image you've seen was right here. So we can remove this and set a different image. I'm just going to go here, set image, update. And when you set a featured image, that will display above the post title. Okay. And I'm going to remove this, set it back to the image that we had, and update it. And you'll notice this is a standard post format, which is all posts are standard post formats. Then you can apply a link or a quote format to them to adjust the layout and functionality. Cool. So the last thing, I thought post formats were the last thing, but this is the last thing that I wanted to go over is Huesos does have support for easy digital downloads. You can go to easydigitaldownloads.com. We also have links in the theme documentation to get there. And Easy Digital Downloads allows you to sell digital goods. And it's advanced enough. There's lots of plugins out there that you can do sell, I think, even physical goods and memberships and all kinds of crazy stuff. But we've basically provided custom integration for that plugin with audio theme plugin as well. There's a few things, and one of those things being records. You can sell records without going to the EDD product page. So you'll see right here, this is an add to cart button link, and we've added this, and it has a special URL for Easy Digital Downloads. And when I click on this, it's going to go to the EDD checkout page. So we've provided some styling for Easy Digital Downloads. I can't remember all the various integrations we've done. We've put a button over here to link to the cart and provide a number of items in the cart. Here's an example of what a discount input field looks like. Here's how they sign in. Easy Digital Downloads has an agree to terms thing, which is pretty cool. Show and hide terms, and then you can eventually purchase. So we'll just do purchase. This is just an example. So this is what the purchase confirmation page looks like. And there's also a profile edit screen, I believe, in EDD, and that page is styled as well. So if we were to go in the back end, we have the Easy Digital Downloads plugin activated, and when you do so, you're going to get this menu item. And you can see we've basically added all 3 records as downloadable products. All right, and we've created those here. We've added some variable pricing options, and you can put a file. This is just demo content. We didn't go crazy. But if you want to view the EDD downloads all on one page, the archive, we created a page called Store, and this shortcode right here can be added to the content, and that's an EDD shortcode. And when you add that, we can view this page, and this is how EDD downloads will display. So we've added a few styles on this page as well. It uses the default EDD downloads template. This is an example of variable pricing with radio buttons. Here's an example of variable pricing with checkboxes, and then you can adjust the number. And this is just a regular product without variable pricing. All right. So all those, if we were to add to the cart, okay, so they added those to the cart, and we'll go through the same process. So that is basically Huesos in a nutshell. As an overview, it has a site-wide player, has super easy way to change the background colors and images, has a widgetized front page, video preview mode, it has audio theme archive sidebars, to enable or disable audio theme archive sidebars, as well as audio theme single media pages. It has easy digital download support, social links, integration for all the audio theme widgets, link and quote post formats, and various other customizer settings within the theme. And it's pretty powerful. There's a lot going on. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at audiotheme.com. We have extensive documentation that covers how we set this theme up. It covers everything I've showed you, how to set that up, just like the theme demo shows you. And we just have our support channels that you can go through. Anything you have, any questions, pre-purchase questions, support questions, just let us know. Go to audiotheme.com, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks for everything.